Hello and welcome to the GSA BBC School Report. Tonight we have various news reports to talk about. These include sports, changes in the school day for George Salter Academy, chill-out rooms for each year group, and a weather report for West Bromwich. This term we have multiple successes with the school sports team. Only last night with the Year 7 boys basketball team won 33-6 to Phoenix, and the Year 7 netball girls won 10-0 to Wood Green. Not only that, but Tumba, a member of Year 11 at our school, has been selected to present the England netball team. Now that's an achievement.
Another recent success comes from football. Tuesday the 7th of March was a great day for the Year 8 boys football team, who scored a win against Phoenix. The score was 3-1 to GSA with 2 goals from Luke and 1 from Talib. Here we have an interview with the coach, Mr. Hayes.
How do you think we played in the match?
I think we started off very slow, a bit unprofessional for my liking, very high standards. So we let ourselves down a bit in the pre-match warm-up. Started off quite slow, but then we found our feet and luckily we were able to get an early goal.
How was the defence and were they strong enough?
I think the defence had improved hugely. I thought Al Kabir was absolutely sensational. His passing range was brilliant. Some of the tackling was good. Even Keelan managed to work out what the offside trap is. So, yeah, a good day all round.
Who do you think was the man of the match?
Man of the match was Kari. His work rate, he was everywhere on the pitch. Big tackles, looking around, big voice on the pitch. So, yeah, Kari for my man of the match.
Do you think this year's Year 8 could be as successful as last year's Year 8?
I don't really like to compare myself to Mr. Burns' team because I think we're actually better. I think we've got a bit more team spirit. I think we're looking a lot better going forward. We train harder, so I think we can even be even better.
How far do you think we'll go in the league?
Well, I don't know if there's such thing as promotion in this league, but I'm not really looking at the league. I'm looking towards the next game. Not sure who it's against yet, so I can't look too hard at it. But yeah, the next game I should be in a better place to tell.
How much do you think we'll need Mitchell in the upcoming matches?
Look, Mitchell's a very good player, but it's not just a one-man sport, it's a whole team. So we won without Mitchell, we've won with Mitchell. It can only add strength to the team.
Thank you to the boys and Mr. Hayes for that interview. Another big event that has occurred was the whole school athletics. On Thursday, 2nd of March, the athletics team won 9 team trophies and 4 individual trophies. Here we have Hilda, who was at the event, to tell us more. Here we have Hilda and she's going to talk to us about her athletics day experience. Here you got a medal, is that right?
Yes.
What was that a medal achieved for?
It was for running 200 metres girls.
Did you achieve any group efforts?
Yes, I achieved girls relay medal.
If there was anything that you could have done better, what would it have been?
To have a healthier diet.
What would the healthier diet do to affect your running?
I would be able to run faster as I would be fitter.
Okay, that's it from us. Thanks. Back to the studio.
Thank you for that.
If you want to be part of the winning teams, head down to the PE department to check out the extracurricular timetable and speak to Mr. Burns so you can get involved too. Now on to the changes in the school day.
The SLTs have thought of many ideas to change the school day. Ideas include
5-minute earlier start to the school day, 5-minute longer breaks and 5-minute shorter lunches.
early finish on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Sixth form will only have 6 periods each day except for Tuesday where they'll have an extra lesson.
PSHE will only be once every half term instead of once a week. For more information, listen to this video of an interview with Mr. Iqbal.
Okay, so here we have Mr. Iqbal, who's part of the senior leadership team, and we are going to interview him on these specific questions. So why have you decided to make these changes to the school day?
Okay, there's a number of reasons. One of the reasons is logistics, in making sure that students have appropriate time to go to the canteen at break time, as well as making sure everyone can get through lunch on time. Some of it is around provision. So by doing PSHE for the collapse day, we feel we can do more project-based work. We can get visiting speakers in. We can do workshops with young people that can span over a day, which we can't necessarily do if we've got 45 minutes each week. And by having a longer meeting period for staff, we feel CPD can be delivered more effectively, meaning that teaching and learning will improve further inside the classroom.
Could this affect our education due to less hours of school a week?
We've mapped out in terms of the curriculum what impact it will have in terms of the number of lessons that you have and the number of hours of teaching you have, and we feel it won't. We feel, in fact, these changes will improve the level of the standard of education that young people are getting at George Salter by having. We've looked at we wouldn't need to decrease curriculum hours because it would still be able to maintain the number of hours you have for most of your lessons, and we can absorb the decrease by the one period through delivering things slightly differently, but without affecting standards.
Is this change nationwide or just for our school?
Well, most schools and academies decide on the school day at school level. So you will notice most schools are different. A lot of schools already have a similar model to ours where, in fact, some schools have a longer day, 1 day a week, and then have 2 days which are shorter. So we're not necessarily doing something radically different to something a lot of schools are already doing. We decided not to go for a longer day and 2 shorter days because we don't want we know a lot of young people who come to the academy have siblings in other schools, so we want to try and keep the finish time of the day as best we can the same as local schools so that parents can pick up young people from school.
A student has quoted that a longer lunch is better than a shorter one because of the year rotas. What is your opinion on this?
Well, the main reason for changing the lunch arrangements was because of the break. We feel 15 minutes isn't enough time to get everybody through the canteen. We feel sometimes that people who come at the middle of break don't get a chance to get something to eat, and that's also affecting punctuality to lessons at period 3. So what we decided to do is extend break by 5 minutes so that everyone can get through the canteen. Having been on lunch duty in the canteen during lunch times for a number of months, we've noticed that we get all year groups through before 1:10. Now, lunch finishes at 20:20, so we don't feel it's going to have any impact on young people getting through at lunchtime in the canteen. The only issue will be a Friday where it is a lot busier, and we're going to be looking at what arrangements can be put in place to make sure everybody can get through with sufficient time. So in answer to the question, we don't think it's going to affect the year group rota and people getting through at lunchtime.
Thank you for letting us interview you. Back to the studio.
A beneficial change has occurred in George Salter Academy. Rooms are now open to every year group to hang out or chill out.
Also, it's easier having students in different rooms spaced out than all students in one library doing their homework. It could also help everyone socialise with each other. If you're looking to pay a visit to your common room, here are the rooms for each year group.
Year 7 and 8 have got HUMS 1 and HUMS 3. They've also got computer use in ENT3 and ENT4. Year 9 common room is located in LA4. Year 10 chill out in EN3. Year 11 will be in EN4.
Let's move on to the highlight of George Salter. Over to Beth with an exciting Les Misérables report.
On the 16th and 17th of February 2017, George Salter Academy performed Les Misérables, which was a phenomenal success. They sold over 400 tickets in under 1 week, and they have compliments about how amazing the production was. Now we are going over to Aisha to talk to the director, Miss Clark.
So did you enjoy working with the cast?
Yes, working with the cast was an amazing experience, a thoroughly rewarding one, particularly because we had students from year 7 all the way through to year 13 working in a collaborative and creative way, which was really, really wonderful to see.
So what was your favourite part of the production?
My favourite part of the production was particularly all the big ensemble numbers, particularly at the end of Act 1 and at the end of Act 2, where the whole production built to a climax.
During the performance, what part of the musical caused the most reaction from the audience?
Most certainly the moment that caused the most reaction, because it was one of the very few lighter moments in the production, was Master of the House. It was frenetic, humorous, lively, chaotic, and it really did get that reaction from the audience.
What did you enjoy staging?
I personally enjoyed staging the more intense moments, so where the characters were faced with some kind of adversity or there was a high level of dramatic tension. They were the scenes within the piece that were particularly enjoyable to stage.
Out of all musicals out there, why was Les Mis chosen?
Les Mis was a decision driven initially by the music department. It was certainly one of their most favourite musicals to stage, and it became infectious. It became part of all our lives over the coming months, particularly those of us who were initially less familiar with the production. By the end, we really embraced everything that Les Mis represented.
Okay, so what was the most irritating part of the whole performance and what was done about it?
The most irritating part was an incident on the second night, so our final night of performance, in which during the Master of the House sequence, unexpectedly a prop fell to the floor and caused some chaos amongst the cast. Things like that you can't predict. However, we did solve it later on into the production by having a member of staff actually come and remove the prop with the aid of his trusty broom as part of the action.
Thank you for your time. Back to Beth.
Thanks, Aisha. Now we're going over to Lexi to talk about Neve and Harvey and their experience as part of the cast. So, what were your roles in Les Mis?
I was in the ensemble and I also had a solo in The Dogs. I was part of the ensemble and I was the foreman.
How long did the production take to put together?
It took 5.5 months of hard work from everyone.
Did you enjoy making the production?
It was a really one of a kind of experience because we could talk to 18-year-olds that were also part of the cast, and it just made a big Les family. It was really nice because it brought everyone together and we formed a family out of it.
And what was the biggest challenge for you?
I think it was just when it was on the night, it was of course really nerve-wracking.
I think it was adding setting after we'd done it for so long without set, like the barricades. We had to move those off stage and everything. Okay, thanks, Neve and Harvey. Thanks, Lexi. Well done to all the cast on their amazing performance of Les Mis. And due to the success of Les Mis, the school are planning to do a production of Grease, so we wish the best of luck for all the auditions.
Now we're going over to Abdi and Hilda for the weather.
West Bromwich weather. As usual, this week will be sunny, cloudy, but wet. Skies in our local school area will be cloudy and dry, with light winds. Throughout the day, temperatures will range from 9 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius. The day will be quite humid, with low pollen in the air. However, the night will be much colder, with temperatures ranging from -2 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees. This weekend will be mild and quite cloudy with light drizzles, with winds at 8 miles per hour.
Here's a reminder about Year 10 Parents' Evening from Barry. Over to you, Barry.
Just a reminder that this Thursday, the 16th of March, is Year 10 Parents' Evening. It starts at 5 p.m. and finishes at 7:30 p.m. It is a good chance for your parents to find out what their children are up to, so don't miss out. If you have any more questions, contact Mr. Borgi. Also, there is a sixth form Parents' Evening on the 30th of March at 5 o'clock, so you're welcome to come back to the studio.
That's it from the BBC team. See you next time. Have a good day.